Reporting live from McClumsy World Headquarters. Here's another week of what's going on at McClumsy. For everybody follow along, we're a tiny little brand in the mountains, West Virginia. Please give us a like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. So what's going on this week? We finally got most of the concrete poured in the floor. There's a little bit of touching up to do before we put the tiles on, so we're gonna do that this week. Community board. I got a community board that I wanna get painted. I have it painted, get it put together out on the floor. People drop flyers off all the time and they can start to take over places in the store. So I want to have a designated place that we can put people's flyers when they have something they want to promote. Quarantine tank. I want to have another fish tank. I want to get a male Molly. We have 3 females, no males, no babies. We need a dude in the house to help us with that situation. And then I am going to Boston with my boys. First father-son road trip ever, so the week here in the shop is going to be a little cut short. We're leaving Thursday afternoon, going to stay with my old business partner and close childhood friend Eli up in Newburyport, so I'll get a little bit of content there, and then we'll be right back in the trenches on Tuesday. So we also have some new hats dropping. See you soon. We're running behind this week, guys, so I'm just going to talk a little bit about, like you've heard me talk about the floor. There's a reason I talk so much about the floor, because the whole idea with getting this hole filled in our floor with concrete and that repaired is so we can move these walls back. See this wall here? We plan on moving that back, which will increase our floor space in here in McClumsy by about 30%. There are some other kind of hidden secrets I'm not going to say with that, but a big part of the master plan here all depends on this wall going back and expanding the floor and kind of changing the way we do some of the things here in McClumsy, and I think it's going to improve the whole experience. That's just a little bit of why I'm talking so much about this floor. I'm actually going on a road trip with my kids. First ever road trip. But the Mollies had babies. It's so freaking awesome, dude. I've been stressed out. I even went to a pet store yesterday and their Mollies that they had there had ick and I didn't want to get them. And I was super stressed out about it. And then I come in here today and boom, there's babies, which is so freaking rad. So freaking rad. Super cool to have these little fish in the tank. Yeah, I give up. I was thinking that they weren't going to have babies, and now we got babies, which is super freaking rad. This is a planted tank. It's cool. I'm so stoked. Hopefully there's still a few left when I get back, but it's pretty cool because there's probably like 10 or 15 of them. And that's the beginning of hopefully something awesome. So yeah, there's even a little albino one. I hope that little guy makes it, but time will tell. But pretty freaking rad development here at McClumsy World Headquarters. And we dropped another hoodie and it's live on the website. It's been here in store. This is like a super awesome, almost plum, like dark, deep, rich purple with a teal blue solid color logo. And we do have larges because over the past few months, Project Large has just decimated our supply of large hoodies. But we do have these in large, which is an amazing feat. And they're gonna be live on the website soon. I talk all the time about our hats, but really, before we ever did a hat, we did a hoodie. And this has been like one of our, well, we did them at the same time. But the hoodies have been our best-selling item, our best-selling product. I don't push them as much online, but you know, people tend to love them, and I think they're pretty rad, super soft. Stoked to have this one back in stock. So at least we got the community board painted and out. It's not finished yet. I don't have a backing on it. Signs can take over the building, so my theory is, you know, so many people drop off signs for local events. We would just have a board with lots of space on it. Might even have 2 of these where people can put up flyers when they come in so they're not all over our counter. Even though I don't have the legs on the back, the community board is kind of finished. So that's the community board. That's a wrap, folks. Another week here at McClumsy. We didn't get a lot accomplished this week. There's some huge developments, but didn't get a ton accomplished. The floor is still ready for the next set of tiles. I got a really cool idea for the tiles on the floor, which you'll see in the coming weeks. I did not set up the quarantine tank because our Mollies finally had babies, which I didn't think they were gonna have babies. So we have a bunch of baby fish in the tank, which is super cool, because now I got a colony of fish and I don't have to set up a quarantine tank for males yet. I did take a road trip with my kids to Boston and I'm back and I'm in the trenches. So we're plugging along, and yeah, we even launched a new hoodie. You heard me talk about that a little bit. So that's another week here at McClumsy. We got a lot coming up this next week. So as always, thank you for following along. We're a tiny little brand from the mountains of West Virginia. Give us a like, share, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. See you next week. Peace.